So that is another game where Forest haven't really torn up any trees at all. Nothing too special. Nothing really much to say about the game, so I'll try my best. The goalless draw away at Strum Graz. It's a point. It's a good way, I guess, to go into this Leeds game at the weekend, which is far more important and definitely now our priority of sorting out our mess in the Premier League. This is almost a afterthought in a way. Being in Europe, we should make the most of it. We should still go for it and try and do as well as we can. But yeah, we've got ourselves into a mess. Not that we didn't know that in the league. And the team news probably reflects it. I think also with the amount of games in one go, that probably is another thing as well to consider. At a very youthful bench, there's only Undoy and Murillo on the bench and Willy Bolly, but he's a reserve at this point. That is first team, not counting Matt Sells in terms of outfielders. Just all youngsters, and 3 of them being centre-back as well as Murillo and Willy Bolly. So not really much to count on the bench. This is partly because of players not being registered for the Europa League, players being injured. It looked worse than it probably is, but still not great. You saw Morato come into the starting 11, John Victor come into the starting 11, Sangara and Yates come back in, McAtee, Dominguez getting his first 90 minutes in a long time, Calamrando as well. So really there's only GIBBS, White and Milenkovic and Nico that have actually stayed in the first team there that would probably start every game. Forgive me if I've got the formation wrong. I watched the entire game and I struggled to actually figure out what the formation was. TNT Sport, FOTMob was saying it was a back 3 with Savona kind of being like here. But I really can't say that's actually true because Savona frequently was in a wing-back sort of role as well. So yeah, it got even more confusing towards the end when we brought on Abbott and Murillo. And at that stage, it was like Abbott playing out here. But then he also did regress to a back 6 out of possession. So yeah, it got all very confusing, quite makeshift. But to be quite honest, that's probably a good thing that we managed to hold on and draw, albeit to a team we probably should have been beating with such a rotated, makeshift sort of side. I don't really think anyone stood out besides probably Nico as ever. It's just what he does. I think Dominguez was pretty solid, had a good chance towards the end hitting the post. Abbott did well when he came on, as I say. No one played really bad. I think a certain player is going to get a lot of criticism, that being our number 10, missing a penalty. I think if we'd scored that pen, it would have been another case of, well, you've won 2 games in the Dutch and they were both penalties that won you the game. So there'd still be criticism, but the fact we've missed it is probably going to be even more frustrating. So I wouldn't really have been bothered if we'd won another game from a penalty. We just need to win games at the moment, anyhow. GIBBS White, very frustrating as ever. Yeah, a lot of stick online, and I think it's probably fair enough. I'm surprised he played this game with the amount of rotation, and he didn't come off until like the 80th minute, I think. So yeah, strange that he played so long. And again, we saw he played all right against Man United, but it's a serious case to take him out of the team. But who for? Because McAtee didn't really do anything today. Calamrando, obviously a different position, but he really didn't do anything either. It's quite concerning, when GIBBS White's playing like this. I said it in a video recently. GIBBS White doesn't do anything when he's in the team, or he's not consistent enough. He's frustrating. Not to say that he can't do stuff, because he can. He scored against United. But he's not been the same. We all know this. But then when you take him out of the team, we're even worse. So, what do we do? And I think today proved, without Elliot Anderson, there's just no tempo. There's no identity about this team at all, really. And GIBBS White used to be that figure, and he isn't anymore. I saw somebody call him online Morgan Flicks White. That summed him up. Just constantly doing his fancy flicks, which just are not needed at all, especially in the situations that he does them. So yeah, it's a really frustrating situation. Can't really say much more. I mean, like I say, Dominguez had a chance. Yates had a header. McAtee put one just wide. Not convinced by John Victor in goal. Obviously, Graz had a goal ruled out, and it was all because Victor spilt it. Yeah, he really is a copy and paste version of Carlos Miguel. Like, they both look very similar, and they both play very similar. So, yeah, that's not good at all. These people that say Sells should be dropped, are you sure? If Sells is playing bad, I wouldn't want to put John Victor in goal. I mean, do you give Angus Gunn a go? Like, I think that's quite desperate, to be honest. So for me, I think it's out of the question to drop Sells, to be honest. And I think you're still a bit over the top if you say Sells should be replaced in January. I think the whole team has obviously lowered its levels that we saw last season. So yeah, frustrating. It's solid, I guess. We kept the clean sheets. With the team we had, though, we still had enough in us to win this game. I'm not overly bothered, you know. If we don't beat Leeds, I'm going to be concerned. I think we're all going to be concerned because then we're going into the November international break. By the time we come back, you know, we're well into November. We're nearing the halfway stage of the season almost, kind of. And, you know, we've got 6 points in the Premier League, maximum 7 going into international break if we were to draw with Leeds. And it's all looking really bleak. And I don't want to be negative, but you've got to be at least a bit pessimistic about that. It's all very concerning. I believe we can 100% stay up. There's enough players here that can get us through games. Even in this game, we saw there's good players here. Against Man United, there was more than enough there to prove that we can stay in this league comfortably. But we've got to be better at handling games. We can't be letting in sloppy goals. We've got to be better at set pieces. To be fair today, I think we were better at set pieces. There's enough in this team, but if we don't beat Leeds, regardless of what I'm saying right now, you know, you can keep saying, and I've said this enough times this season, you can keep saying we're playing well, but if you're not getting results, it means nothing. And yeah, that is the be all and end all, is you get results, and we're not getting results enough. So we've got to start getting them. It's as simple as that, but we're not finding it very simple. So please, everyone, get your thoughts in the comments on this game. I tried to sum it up best I can. It wasn't a very lively game, of course, so forgive me if I was a bit clutching at straws to talk about at times. I think I did all right. But yeah, please, everyone, like, subscribe to Rads if you're new to the channel. We're nearly at 7,000 subscribers, so please, if you are new to the channel, help us out. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, it goes a very long way. And stay tuned to the Leeds vlog this weekend. I hope the Reds.